Narcissists triangulate, they lie, they create such a level of cognitive dissonance, doubt in you, in the world, in what's going on. This is what they do. This is what these con artists do. You understand, if another supply reaches out to you, or another person that they've triangulated you with, doesn't matter if they're toxic, if they always have been, if they were garbage, if they were good people, don't matter who they were before all of it. Understand that that person has been lied to, cheated on, triangulated, used, whatever the case is, just like you were. What's going on, y'all? I am Lodonis, Raven, Wolf, Dragon, Stormy, Seer, and Sage. Hail to all my fellow survivors and thrivers from narcissistic abuse. Something happened tonight. That just reminded me of this and this topic. When I'm going to talk about a couple things that are just a little bit embarrassing, to be honest with you. And if it resonates with you, let me know. If you want to share any stories, put them in the comments. So, several times over throughout this whole game that's been played by Narc X, has been a triangulation between me and this other guy. Now, I don't know exactly what the truth is because he's a liar, she's a liar, always been liars. She used to come over to my house whenever he would cheat on her or hit her, before we had hooked up together officially, and would spend the night with me, hang out with me, have sex, do whatever, complain about him, and, say she'd never go back. Always leaving hope because she knew I always wanted a relationship with her. All right, fast forward years later. This has continued to happen. Narcissists love conflict. They love keeping people at odds with one another. They love being a puppet master in the center of all these different dudes or chicks or whatever the case is. They love playing people against one another, having them fight. Even if they get any of the heat, which they're not going to take accountability for, and they have lied so much and to so many people and told so many different stories that everybody's going to fight with each other anyway. But you will, I am sure, if you're dealing with a narcissist, you're probably in a family, they keep family members fighting, but if you're in a relationship with one or you've had a relationship with one, you're being hoovered, they are going to pit they're different victims, they're different supplies against one another because they get off on that. Mine did. Narc X would literally perform sexual acts while I was talking shit to the other guy, her primary supply. That was one of her things. And I'm pretty sure she does that with him, or she has that kind of rapport with him. I got a message tonight from the other supply. Just out of nowhere, wanting to ask me questions, wanting proof of this, proof of that, and I could just feel it. I knew Narc-X was there. And the Narc-X in my situation will ghost me, not talk to me, but then come at me through other people, through live streaming, through other people that my dumbass introduced to online, in a community I used to work in, or her favorite thing is to use another supply to come at me. And it's a game. It's all a game to them. Understand when another supply comes at you, like I said, they've been lied to, cheated on, played with. You know what I mean? Like they're a fool just like you. They are a fool. Like, don't even feel bad because that person is as much of a fool as you were. Your strength is backing out of it entirely and not responding and not getting involved. Like, that's really what you should do, because I have in the past tried to tell this guy, tried to tell the other supply what exactly was going on. I've sent him proof that eventually just gets like, nah, that ain't the truth. I ain't being lied to. You're the liar. You're the manipulator. Like, because that's what narcissists do. They create this cognitive distance between everybody. They love conflict. So there's no point. There's no point in talking to the other supply, really. You could try, but just remember how you were confused, how they lied to you, how they had you so warped up and living in a different reality, and doubting yourself and doubting your intuition and not knowing what the truth was. Just remember how you were and understand that if someone else is still in that triangulation, still in that abuse cycle, they're still in a trauma bond, they're not going to hear you. They're not going to understand you. Doesn't matter what truth you try to tell them. They're not going to hear you or understand you. That narcissist still has control over the situation. One of the greatest things that in my experience, narcissists would use was sex. Because at one time she was hot. She falling apart though now. She scabby faced and the drugs are starting to fucking wear her down. But like that's one of the things that she would use. And promises of love and affection. And I'm with you, babe. You're my babe. I love you more than the other. Like the games that got played with this narcissistic sociopath were insane. Like narcissistic men are terrible. I would rather deal with a narcissistic dude because they're kind of feminine. They're like, I swear, most of them are closet sausages with the way that they come at other men and the way they try and emulate or be like men. Like I don't understand. I don't understand. But narcissistic women, like to me, they're the worst, right? Because they're naturally gossipy and intuitive and destructive to other people's lives. Like they know how to play on dudes, especially if you are a man who has abandonment, codependency issues, you know. And I'm sure the same, like, ladies, please explain to me like what the worst thing you've experienced with narcissistic men is in the comments, because I'd like to know. Like I'm sure they're all devils, they're all demons as far as I'm concerned. But from my experience, have never in my life dealt with this type of situation. People that will, you can ignore them and they'll seek you out. They'll seek you out. They'll find you at your job. They'll find you at your house. They'll come over. They will stalk you to try and feel some sense of control in order to get back into your life, to sell you promises that aren't true, to swear up and down that they love you, to throw sex at you, to do whatever it is that they can do in order to pull you back into that control so that they can turn back around and go to the other person or another person they're triangulating with and then do the same damn thing. It is crazy how much energy is spent by these emotional and energy vampires to drain others, to show control, to create these types of fake worlds full of lies and illusions, just to just to keep doing it over and over again. It doesn't make sense to me, and I don't understand it. You got to walk away. There is no saving them. Please tell me your experiences, guys, if you have dealt with this type of succubus or incubus, these types of demons, because I don't get it. I don't understand it. And the truth is that, like if you're a good person, who's been messed up by a narc, when you heal, even if another source, another supply or whatnot, unless that other supply is been done with that narcissist, unless they have been through, they're on their healing journey, they've gone no contact, they don't deal with that fool no more, unless they're there, it does not matter how much you try to tell them the truth of what's going on or what has happened or who that narcissist is. Because just like you were when you were trapped in a trauma bond, they are not going to hear it. They're not going to understand it. They have been lied to so much, abused, cheated on, triangulated, whatever the case is. And most especially if you're dealing with like another supply who's like a shitbag person anyway, who's a liar, con artist themselves, or probably has narcissistic tendencies themselves. Like don't even bother with it, really. There's no point. You're only bringing yourself down. Don't let that narc back in the door. All right? Don't matter what she or he is selling. Don't let them talk to you, okay? They cover they're masters at covering their tracks. They're going to erase them texts. They're going to erase them call logs. They're going to do whatever they have to do when they're playing these games to tell the other person they're triangulating with, or the other supply, look, I ain't doing nothing, honey. There ain't nothing here. She ain't talking to me. He ain't talking to me. They're going to do whatever it is that they can to escape accountability, and then keep playing them games. You know what the truth is. You know what your experience is, and ain't worth it. Live your life. There's no helping. There's no saving them. Don't let them back in the door. My love to y'all. Be good to yourselves. Be good to each other, and never again suffer that pathetic fool. Walk away.